Ladies, men start to chase you. They start to fall in love. And I'm only putting quotations because that's a strong word. But men really like you and chase you, right, when you stop caring. And I'm going to use this kind of as an example to prove that. And you already know all this. It happens to both parties. So let me give you an example, right? When we are uncertain, both men and women, when people are uncertain, they take action to get the answers. Why? Because it's a risk not knowing, and it's I'm going to say settling. It's nice settling to have an answer, right? We do not like uncertainty. It kills us in the animal kingdom from an evolutionary perspective. If you were uncertain of something, it was not good. So we start seeking action to get those. So examples from the woman's side, when she's uncertain about where a man stands, you might be watching my videos, you might be getting my guides, you might be getting a session with me, link down below, guys. You might be in your head, overthinking, doing extra, reaching out, seeking validation, asking certain questions to get feedback from him, all that type of stuff, right? Now, when a man has uncertainty on where you stand, aka you're just done, you're tired of it, right? He's going to start taking actions. You're going to see a man come back around. You're going to see a man do a little bit of extra. You're going to see a man maybe say things he shouldn't say because it's going to bite him in the butt later on down the road. You know what I'm talking about, right? However, what ends up happening with a lot of you ladies is the man does have certainty. It's because everything you've done up to this point showed him that you're whipped, that you have him. And if that's the case, he's going to take inaction. Now, let me just disclaimer. This does not happen in happy, healthy, loving relationships with happy, healthy, loving people, right? You're more of a team. It's more of a bond, okay? Like if one person goes down, we all go down. We all want to stay up. This is more of the game that you guys should not be playing. Hence the title of this video, Men Start Liking You, Loving You When You Stop Caring. You need to cut it off, right? But anyway, I always tell people, power, at least in dating, is whoever can do less and get the same outcome, okay? So power, right? He does less, right, in action, but he still gets the same outcome. Now, why do we naturally do less? It's because it's a risk to keep on investing these resources into something that we already know we have when we can invest it in someone else. Okay, I know that sounds effed up, but you have to understand the premise of this video. We're not talking about your husband. We're not talking about your boyfriend. We're not talking about your soulmate. We're talking about a guy who's playing games to the point where you have to be, you have to change up and be like, well, I'm done with this because I'm done with him playing games. You have to ask yourself, well, why is he playing games in the first place? It's probably because he doesn't see you as the soulmate, right? As the wife material. So he's entertaining other options. Ladies, you have to understand it's a game about risk. I say this in every video that if a man truly likes you, he doesn't put himself in a position to lose you. But what I mean by this is if it's a game of risk and you're my soulmate, you're my girl, you're whatever, right? My wife, future girlfriend, whatever he wants it to be where there's a future involved, it's a risk playing games. It's a risk pulling some BS. It's a risk being hot and cold, sending mixed signals. High value women don't deal with that, okay? So with that being said, a guy's going to take inaction because it's like pouring water or milk into a glass that's already full. You're just wasting it now, right? He's going to invest it into somebody else. But as a woman, right, when you are certain that you are done, you're like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm a high value woman. I'm not dealing with this crap. I'm done. I'm over it. It is what it is. Okay. Well, that will build, if you do it long enough, that will build uncertainty in the man's eyes. I always tell my clients, and this is the probably 10th or 15th video I made on this topic, but you have to be convincing of it. When I say not caring, I'm not saying play the role of not caring. I'm not saying acting like you don't care. You actually have to not give a shit. Ladies, men know when it's real or not because you're just completely absent. You're off the grid. Like he's not hearing from you. There's no like doors open to come back. Like you're just done. You're through with it. Okay, and when that's the case, well, then if he still likes you, again, he has to go through the whole process of like missing you and knowing what it's like with and without you. But once he starts to feel that, and he gets some type of feeling of regret, right? He's going to start taking action again, and he has to take action because what women don't understand is, even if I didn't like you in terms of girlfriend, you were still an asset, right? Unless you came with a lot of liabilities, like you were dramatic and fighting all the time and, I don't know, a million different things, okay? Then the assets are not worth the liabilities. However, if you were full of assets, like we got along for the most part, majority of the time, 95%, the sex was good, you're attractive, you're fun to be around, there's a lot of chemistry, like you're a cool chick, like all those assets are worth coming back for, okay? But if you never leave in the first place, okay, then this happens. In action, he doesn't care. It's basically this. What I'm basically saying here is the guy is taking you for granted, ladies. A guy is taking you for granted. That's why it's so important. This is just like a public service announcement, basically, that you need to truly not give a damn if a guy, right, is playing these games. He will only come back, he will only care if you act like you don't give a shit. And when I say act, like I mean literally like you don't care. You're done with it. High value women, listen, ladies, it's full circle. Men know. You cannot say you're high value. You cannot say you have a lot to offer. You cannot say you're a bad bitch. You cannot say all this, right? When you're sticking around dealing with this. You're not a high value woman. High value women do not deal with this. You cannot say that you're Tiffany's or that you're Gucci or whatever the fuck people wear now, right? But you're heavily discounted. That's not part, like, high value is there's variables that make something high value. And I guarantee up to this point, the reason he's doing this in the first place is because you're showing a lot of low value behavior. And then on top of that, you're sitting around waiting, hoping for things to change. And you think he thinks you're high value? Absolutely no. That's not how it works. I'm not saying you're not high value. I'm just saying your actions. It's all branding. It's all marketing. I hate to say it like that because it sounds objectifying, but that is what it is. Okay? And up to this point, if you are doing things wrong, right, you have to call his bluff, even if that means following through, because a guy is not going to chase you. A guy is not going to realize what he lost until he actually lost it. He has to be convinced that he lost it. So ladies, it's only when you truly act, and when I say act, again, when you truly don't give a damn, that's when the guy starts to fall for you, come back. And when I say fall for you, I don't actually, again, mean he's in love with you, but he realizes he made a mistake, he's an idiot, and then he starts taking action again. And then once that happens, of course, that's where you swing all the way back over here, and I call it the renegotiation. I know I'm getting all over the place now, but basically when he comes, or I call it the contract, whatever you want to call it. Actually, those two different things. But what I basically say is, he comes back and he says, I miss you at this. It's like, hey, great, awesome. But you need to do, if that's the case, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to do this. And if he agrees, okay, then we can transition into whatever the hell we were, okay? But he has to agree to this. And these things should be, hey, I don't want you pulling that bullshit again. You admit you're wrong. Why were you doing it in the first place? How did I know you're not going to change and do it again? You only been gone for a month. Like, you haven't changed. I want a relationship. You need to want the same thing. And actually, in fact, if you come back, it's a relationship. We've been talking for 3 months. You know what you want. Stop playing games. Whatever. And just that stuff. You need to mention that to him. And if you do that, he says yes to it all, I guess you can give him a chance depending on how this looked. But with that being said, ladies, I love you all. Get my sessions, link down below. Get my guides, link down below. I can help you with all this. I love you all. Take care and peace.